and 2, tapping out and muting the shit. And now I'm going to speak directly to Wizardry for a moment.
So, Wizardry, I was approaching you with the intent to have a nice... I might actually have to exit this because I tapped. Nice, just sort of pleasant, shall we say, competition. My will pitted against your will. I perhaps underestimated your desire to win. Those geomancers you pulled last run disgust me. That was inappropriate. And you might have thought that you beat me. In fact, I took a couple of days off. I took a break. I was not feeling good. But you know what? I have changed my interpretation of what we have here. This is not, shall we say, a friendly competition, a friendly battle of wills. This is, in fact, a quest for vengeance. A vengeance for all those people, all those viewers of mine that have been defeated and destroyed by you. And with that being the case, and with your despicable, horrible nature revealed for all to see, I think that it is only appropriate that I not defeat you, but that I destroy you and humiliate you. With that being the case, today on this episode, back to our viewers, we are going to be making the attempt to do just that. We are pulling out all the stops. We are, in fact, going to show what doing Arc mode in name but not spirit truly means. I'm not going to be using consumables. I don't need consumables to defeat this rabble. Little did it know, this isn't even my final form. Instead, we are going to be using the systems within the game and using the nature of the game against it. So, what that means is, today, we're doing skill raises. In addition to doing skill raises, there are certain pieces of equipment in this game that are extremely overpowered, and most gear in this game is total shit. There are a few pieces of gear that I know about the existence of that I have, shall we say, actively avoided going near, just because I didn't naturally fall upon them. So I felt like, since I didn't naturally come across them, I just wouldn't take them, right? It involves robbing a bank, not feeling 100% confident in that, so I just didn't want to do it. No more. The time has come to get shit serious. To get shit serious. That is exactly what we're doing here. Anyway, so today we are going to be leveling up our skills. We are going to be doing some, frankly, mean-spirited stuff eventually. The thing that I want to think about now is, do I want to get this first? So after having done that whole spiel about humiliating the game, I'm questioning whether I want to try and get this item first, which will probably involve me getting humiliated in turn. Or, at the very least, soundly defeated. These things do not... These are only level 9. So the question is, can I aggro these? Can I get over here, actually?
Observe, observe.
I don't think this is the room that I want to be in. Let's see. They haven't come out.
Looks like a challenge.
Alright, so we've got Rebel Spirits here. We're going to
I'm on it.
take a couple steps forward. And we have our long duration buffs active. We're going to cast Summon Elemental rank 3. Why can't I? Can I only cast it if I...
If you say so.
Okay. So, we're gonna do that. She... Wait, who is this? Is this my rogue? Who am I on? Oh, no, this is... Nisali. Nisali is going to cast this. And we're gonna try to take out this first group now. So...
Very well.
Gonna cast a max rank Superman. We are going to cast... She has access to holy water. Say we. Never mind. I changed my mind. We're gonna cast holy water instead.
Very well.
So we're gonna spam that. Just gonna summon an elemental. And we're not gonna have him cast his shit, because we don't need to do that. So instead... Did she cast Bless? Is that what happened here? Okay, we're gonna have her. A rank 1 holy water probably isn't worth it, so we're gonna cancel that. And instead have her just save up and just attack on her turn. And I think that we are golden for now. The holy water ability might be able to blast through them very effectively. We'll just have to see. And with this one here, that's unfortunate. Okay, so one person fell asleep.
I can't reach it. I can't reach it.
So, we're going to try to clear through here. I don't know... how many enemies are going to get through, but we have started to prep things in an effective manner. We're going to use another one of these.
Very well.
We are going to cast a fireball.
If you say so.
And she is going to cast Bless, because I didn't manage to cast it last round. So my Earth Elemental is insane and asleep. Interestingly enough, that means that
Look, a creature.
these things are not all approaching. Some of them are just casting on that thing. It's a lot of damage. So that's a 24 hit points.
Very well.
Cast another fireball.
If you say so.
So
Understood.
Good. Taken care of. I'm on it.
So we should be able to blow through these pretty fast, I think. Since that is not in fact an AoE, it targets a specific group. The elemental there is basically just going to absorb all of these AoE crowd control effects. Meanwhile, my AoEs are true AoEs that are just going to be bursting into the entire enemy pack, regardless of whether they're in line of sight.
Missiles are required.
So, amount of missiles. Alright. So, some people who aren't terribly important have been crowd controlled. Meanwhile,
If you say so.
they're waking up my elemental. And continuing to cast from out of line of sight onto said elemental.
Extraordinary triumph.
And that
That feeling passed, but I'm still not myself yet.
Yes, that's much better. This will be good practice.
was frankly humiliating. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to use a turn on dead.
Good.
There's only the one left alive. And it did just use insanity, so I'm just gonna run.
I'm on it.
The goal here... Okay, I think we can get my Valkyrie to kill this thing.
My ailment has abated.
No longer insane.
Yes,
Just kill
that's
him.
much better.
Sylria commands the dead to return to the grave. And they say, yes, ma'am. And get themselves gone. Okay, so we have made it into this room. And our ranger is asleep, so that's not terribly convenient.
Observe. Standing by. Observe. Behold.
So he's going to start casting heal wounds. We have a hammer here. Not a terribly interesting shillelagh. Dagger into short. I'll take it just because I haven't seen those before.
Behold. Behold.
So what are you? It's a bassinet. So my Valkyrie has leveled up. And one of the things that I could do if I wanted... Now, I'm not going to be doing things that are quite as mean-spirited as I could. There are certain things that I could do that would be... I didn't press any button that would indicate that I wanted to do that. There are certain things that I could do that would be really, really mean-spirited. They're coming for us, the buff will fall to the HLO. Eternal trust survives the soul. Okay, so... we're not doing things quite as mean-spirited as we could be. I am not going to be leaving any of my characters at low level who have basically finished in terms of their leveling. So as an example, Korgrick probably doesn't need to level anymore. He doesn't really get a lot out of it. So since he doesn't get a lot out of it, I could just leave him at his current level and just not worry about it. But I'm not going to do that. That's not my intent here. So it is my understanding...
Behold. Observe. Observe.
that this building has something that I need. Something one might call delicious. So...
Present.
So we might as well... Oops, that's what I want. We might as well get this started. Do we want to cast anything? remember where my portals are. I feel like there has to be some sort of heat sacred passage around here. I don't understand how it is that, like, if you look at the flavor text here, you have no idea you were never much good with numbers. Like, that is, like, for an RPG, like, that is not the kind of information that you should put there, because it severely limits the type of character that you can create. And I don't know. I feel like the non-math nerds of the world are so hostile to the idea of mathematics that they just act like people who actually enjoy math don't exist when they obviously do. So I'm just a little curious. So I do not see what I'm looking for.
Yes?
So, for Cordric, detect mode is always on, so I shouldn't need to, like, literally toggle on the search thing. Interesting. Alright, this shouldn't be a dead end. So where do you go? What is the secret? Because there has to be a secret to this. There's a whole section of this facility that I haven't been able to reach. I don't think I'm supposed to go this way to get there. Give me a second, actually. Brilliant. No. I misspelled the word wizardry. That explains a lot. So, what I'm curious about here...
Ah, silence. Words cannot express the poignant power of quiet reflection.
Indeed. The poignant power of quiet reflection to make people antsy and want to click away. So, let's see here. Scouting is 77. Is that enough? Or do I need more than that? And is this just really, really well hidden? have it sitting in my inventory and just didn't notice. So. I already have it on. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I've had this. I got this helm a long time ago. Okay, so she has the brilliant helm on already.
Damn it.
Yes?
I'm gonna check.
Standing
I
by.
don't have confirmation on that yet. So. One thing that I'm curious about.
Understood.
So I successfully tried to cast the spell. Combat ended, but I think that does give me
Present.
the possibility for the raise for the skill. So the question is, what do I want to be doing now? Okay, so one of the things that I need is I need to get, so I got that helmet. We have thrashed through those enemies. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know which portal I need to return through, so we'll go ahead and do this one first. And this is Arnica. This is where we're trying to get to. So,
You've returned.
I have returned. So, one thing that we want this gives plus 20 to communication. Don't think I need the Flamberge.
Until you return.
See ya, friend.
So let's see. Do I?
Standing
What do
by.
I need to do now? We need to identify this. This is a forest cape. This is useful for him, but he already has it, I think. So that means that we have a cape that we can just sell.
You've returned.
I'm not ever going to be making anyone else that class, so I don't... That's so expensive. Holy shit. Excuse me. So, is there any enchanted armor here?
Until you
Farewell.
Actually, so one of the things that
return.
I should be looking at is...
Don't bother me.
I need to figure out...
I do have business.
There's some... He has the ability to give some quests, basically.
Perhaps we could talk later.
What is your name? Anton. Ask you about yourself.
I make the finest weapon.
Okay, that's... I'm curious about this because supposedly that you can like craft things by giving him materials. And I don't know. Do I have all of these? Okay, I'm gonna see what happens if I try to give him. Do I still have one of those spirit stabs on me? Oh, this.
This object, I can use it to make steel hide armor.
There we go.
Best leather armor there is.
There we go. Okay, so I just have
If
to.
you wish me to complete it, I will require these items. The hide of a steel-hide crocodile, a venom sac from a poison seeker, and lastly, a... This will be safe here.
Last one was a venom sac, was it? I have all of the materials for that second thing that I was looking at here, and that is made by him. So we're gonna go ahead and give him this.
Where did you find this? Interesting. You have uncovered some. Perhaps this is something you would like to acquire. Of course, you.
Okay, so the Eden thing is near the top.
Yes, you're able to collect all the objects necessary for the Eon staff. It should not take me too long to complete, but I shall require some time alone.
Okay. Doing good. How are you doing, Jilvet? Do I have that venom sac? I don't think so.
Until you return.
Okay, so I can ask him about the specific things in question. Alright, so save the game. Let's see what he has available. Paralysis cure.
I hope.
My pleasure.
We're going to pop over to her, identify this. Let's remove curse. This is a book of portals.
An extraordinary find.
So he needs
Right on.
So we need to pump her a bit.
Right on.
Traps. So nobody can learn that right now. What is the appropriate class for it? So everybody has the Book of Healing memorized except for people that don't have access to it yet. I'm gonna hold on to it just because at some point. So Book of Barriers. Nobody can learn from right now. Mind Read. Nobody can learn that because they need psionics. Armor Plate. So we're going to start taking the stuff that he's going to be using exclusively, like only he would have access to. So Poison Cure is not one of them. Okay, so this is Wizardry and Alchemy. The only person who's going to have Wizardry or Alchemy is him. Book of Chameleons, that is exclusively for him. Now, I believe that he should probably be high enough level to cast these. He just doesn't have the skill necessary. So what we're going to do is we're going to start pumping his alchemy skill. So how are we going to do that? We have a few different mechanisms by which we can do it. So, first is we're going to blow all that mana. Then, everybody is injured, yes? They're not injured. Everybody's a little low on endurance. So we can now just cast stamina. I'm gonna try. People have suggested that casting a higher rank of the spell makes a difference. So I'm gonna assume that it does. The other thing that I need to do is we need to take this, which can go on anybody, and give it to him. Because he needs to be able to do it. Okay, so next thing is, okay, we don't have anything else for him to cast right now, so we're gonna go ahead and move this back over. And okay, so we can level up the Valkyrie. I don't know whether we want to or not. And I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I think the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start picking up all of the bank keys.
Better look this way.
Never mind.
Fresh meat. Let's get 'em.
So the next thing that I'm going to do is get a little bit
Sure.
of EXP. So we're gonna pop over here. Okay, we're now in combat. I don't think he can cast... Oh, he can cast Blinding Flash without a target. That's... well, not without a target, but he can do that in an AoE, so we'll do that eventually. But for now, I go ahead and summon up an elemental.
If you say so.
I don't know if it'll fit through the door.
Very well.
I have her cast that.
Sure.
I'm not going to have her cast anything, I don't think. And we're going to finish up here. So these things are just going to be approaching. These things seem to be very, very weak, but give very, very good gains. So fighting these is a very good way for me to sort of shall I say, exploit the lack of balance for our benefit. So she is now going to cast. I'm gonna cast. I don't think I'm gonna cast anything. Okay, so she is going to cast the Guardian Angel.
Sure.
He is gonna wait for now. And what does she want to cast?
If you say so.
So they have line of sight on the Earth Elemental. Can the Earth Elemental fit through the doorway? Okay, so the Savantron is right there. Which means that we can start casting spells at it. So we're going to go ahead and cast Sleep first.
Understood.
She is going to cast...
Very well.
a Whirlwind, which looks like it's got a target. She is going to cast...
If you say so.
Ring Rocks. She's going to cast Guardian Angel on another target. Where's she go?
Sure.
She's going to cast Paralyzed on this. So that thing's blocked. So I am going to take a walk to the left. So that I can get that thing in line of sight. Oh, they're all retreating. Oh, that's good.
Too far. Sure. Valentine. Oops. My bad.
Alright, so she's gonna cast another Paralyze. She's gonna cast another Whirlwind.
Very well.
He's gonna cast his spell. She's gonna cast
If you
this
say
spell.
so.
And the rogue doesn't need to cast anything. He's just chilling. And
I'm afraid it's not possible.
Sorry, my
Okay.
dear, I can't.
so all of the targets ran away.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to get out there. They're still retreating, oddly enough.
I see some sort of beast.
Okay, Arclight just expired.
I'm on it.
Good. Taken care of.
Very well. If you say
Cast
so.
sleep on a robot. That's gonna work.
Sure. Sure.
What do you mean by open world? I mean, you can just wander around anywhere you want. You can pretty much get to the end game very early, which I ended up doing. And then I just crashed. The game just crashed, I think. So that's suboptimal. There's a there seems to be very little in terms of limitations on where you can go in the game. There's a couple things that you have to do to get to other areas, I think. But for the most part, you can just go wherever you want. I kind of walked all the way to Ascension Peak as pretty much the first thing that I did. Right, I had done a couple of quests in Arnica, but aside from that, nothing. Okay, so what was I going to do? Okay, so we are going in here for the purposes of looting the place.
Booby trapped.
Booby trapped. I would say to a large extent, yes. It's similar to the Might and Magic series in terms of the way that the the way that the whole system like operates in terms of like ability to go places. Because like in the Might and Magic series as well, you have certain limitations on where you can go, but not a lot of limitations on where you can go. And so it's similar in that regard to this. Okay, so we have to charge because the lay brother is getting shot. I also need to equip some arrows onto Korrick. Deflected.
If you say so.
Okay, so, but for now it doesn't really matter because he's just going to be casting
Understood.
shit anyway.
Very well.
And let's see. I think it's way more important for her to increase her skill than to do the other stuff. But yeah, so like the Might and Magic series does have certain places, like the control center, the pit, Celeste. There are certain areas that you can't get to without sort of doing plot stuff. But for the most part, yeah, you can just go anywhere. And the same is true for this one. You seem to be able to just go pretty much anywhere. I haven't figured out a way to get into the tower here yet. But I think that that's because I haven't found the entrance as opposed to it being because of me not having access to it yet. I don't think that you enter it here. I think that you probably teleport into it or something. Because there doesn't appear to be anything that looks like an entrance here.
Good.
So each of these Savant drones are worth 17 grand. So we'll get a pretty decent amount of XP here. Boom. So it looks like I can't have both of these in range at the same time. Which is fine. I should have moved Aldrea to the other side. Bonk! There we go. Didn't end up mattering.
Good.
Okay, so is there anything that I want I could cast Blinding Bolt with Quartered, but I think that training fire that way is silly. Because I can train fire with the light spell. There we go. Double stab. So.
I'm on it.
Alright, so we are going to just charge this one. I'm gonna make the assumption that I'm not gonna attack it this round. I probably should have just taken the shortest route to it.
Understood.
Alright, so let's charge over there and make with the murder. Nice! Well struck, friend. There we go.
So much for that.
Alright, so we now... Is this the bank? Yes. So we can now go into the bank and we can get some of this business done.
Yes.
Thank you. All set. The safe. Goodbye. And
My pleasure.
So this is our first time going down here. Now, I believe that all of the places are available right here, and I don't know if I need the key cards or not. Looks like I do need the key cards, unfortunately. Alright, so in here, there's a sword called Bloodlust. 5 to 13 damage, plus 6 initiative. Holy shit, that's a lot. Plus 5 sword skill. And attack mode's Berserk.
Yeah?
So what that means is that I can equip that on her instead of what she's got on. The item is cursed, shocking no one. And it might seem like a bad thing to have this thing on because it does slightly less damage than the Demon's Bane, but it allows you to Berserk, which is huge. So, 20 to 23 damage. And let's see here. Other thing that we're going to do is figure out who we should equip this sword on, because we now have this sword to slap on somebody. Wondering... I think it's worth it to give it to her. I'm actually wondering whether I want to get... I don't really want to give it to him. It wouldn't matter anyway. He can't equip it. Alright, I'm going to give this to her. I'm not going to have her equip it for now, but I am going to give it to her for now. Okay, so I need a specific item for this. So I'm going to need to find the other key cards that are around here. And we have a door.
what now?
It's going to be very easy to open. And some traps chests, probably. Oops. So, Book of Blessings.
Locked.
chain halberd.
It's locked.
Come on, skill raise. Okay, there's a level 7 guardian golem here.
Obliterate them.
If you say so.
Understood.
I'm gonna try to cast sleep on it. She's gonna cast a rank 3 bless.
Sure.
And we're... I guess I shouldn't have bothered. Should have maybe cast it with V, but that's fine. So much damage. That is so much damage. It's not even berserking, that's just the kind of damage she puts out. So we can tell that this thing has sort of like a single-minded focus. When it starts attacking somebody, it just keeps doing it. So... I'm gonna see what happens when we start attacking here. Times 3? Holy shit! Okay, well... People weren't kidding when they said that this thing was OP as hell. Holy crap. That was 3 attacks! The hell? And that's... Okay, yeah, that's pretty intense. Okay, so we've got a bunch of gear here that's pretty much just trash for the most part, not a huge deal. And we've unlocked all of this stuff, and we can take a look here. Do we have... So we have a chain halberd. Go ahead and slap that on him. Give him some pants. He can't use medium. She can. So I'm actually going to give it to her. Do I want to give this to her? Sure, why not? She's been in the party for long enough that I guess she should probably get some equipment. Okay, so we have 2 more of those things to pick up, but we've already just probably doubled our total physical damage output just by giving that 1 weapon to our lord. You know, I was told that it was extraordinarily powerful. That is much stronger than I was expecting it to be. Like, that is so out of control. Because that's like over 100 damage per like attack round. Insanity. Okay, well, that's not where we want to go. We want to go over here.
You Interesting sword to have there. My brother Pharaoh must have made it for you. A wonderful piece.
He even recognizes that I stole his sword. He doesn't recognize that it's literally his sword, but let's see here. Interesting. This is 12 armor, which is better than the trash that we're dealing with. So we can sell the heavy crossbows. Sell the trash cuirass. Sell the tarnished mail. Feather cap. I'm gonna keep the shadow cloak for right now. Pants. Let's see. I'm gonna keep these. Do I need a normal spear? I don't actually know. I might. Chain hosen. Don't think I need it. Alright, so
My pleasure.
that's done. Alright, so one of the things that I should have done was actually taken down a list of all of the spells that my characters currently have access to, so that I would know which spells that I need to pick up in shops. That is something that I wish that I had done, but I did not. So, what is our intention here? Poison cures. Don't think I need the Book of Missiles. I don't think I have anybody who can learn that. So. So, Korg needs to increase his alchemy skill. And I have a couple of convenient ways that I can do it.
Yeah?
First is actually probably the best way to handle it. We have... Oh, we're still overweight. I need to sell some more stuff. Did not realize that I had picked up that much crap. Extra suit of armor here. Alright, so what does that mean that we want to do? Okay, so we're gonna do some alchemy. So Wizardry 8 alchemy is the Google term of the day. Da, 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 da. So he has high enough for mixing potions of light healing. Because actually he could do pick-me-up potions. I think he has over 20, right? Take a look. He's 23 alchemy. Perfect. So, do I have stink bombs and boom bombs in my inventory? Ale can't stack. So, Potion of Cure Poison is useful. Here's a Boom Bomb. There's a Potion of Moderate Healing. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing some alchemy stuff. So if I can find a Potion of Light Healing and combine that to create potions of Heavy Healing. I'm not intending to actually use any of these, I'm just intending to level up my skill. How do I get a stink? Here's potions of light healing. Okay, so we're gonna take this away for now. Magic nectar. Tincture of Shadows. Because that casts that. More potions of Superman. Ice bombs. Oh, I actually need to equip him with arrows too. So I'll just give him these. Okay, so we have all this like dust. I'm wondering if I can combine those in any meaningful way. Okay, so first things first, we need to swap these over. We're gonna give just portals. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Oh, actually, I don't even need to. I don't think. So
Splendid.
okay, so
Splendid.
we're creating books of potions of heavy healing. That's increasing his alchemy skill. Perfect.
It's good.
So we can now a lot of cure paralysis powder. Okay, so we're gonna buy just buy a ton of these.
I hope.
He has basically an unlimited supply, so we should theoretically be able. I'm gonna leave the 1-stacks there so that I can. Is there a button for merge?
Splendid.
Because it would be really convenient if I didn't have to
Splendid.
click down there every time.
Splendid. Splendid.
Okay, so. Oh, right, he needs to put on his hat. So we need to give him the Brilliant Helm so that he has a better chance of actually accomplishing this.
Splendid.
And potion of light healing, potion of moderate healing.
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
Riveting gameplay. So, interestingly enough, we're getting an artifacts increase from doing this continuously. I'm not seeing any alchemy skill raises, which is a little concerning to me. Because I was under the impression that this is the fastest way to increase your alchemy skill.
Splendid.
Or that at least it was viable as a way to increase your
Splendid.
alchemy skill.
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
Oops. Okay, so alchemy is going up from this, which also means that we can basically just raise the alchemy skill for total freedom. We don't actually need
Splendid.
to do anything except make money, because I think I'm not positive that we're going to profit off of this particular transaction, but it's my understanding that this is in fact a method by which you can make money. That alchemy gives you money. So that looks like a yes. So these potions of heavy healing are worth more than the materials that go into making them. So that is good to know. Do I actually want to be selling these potions of heavy healing? Give me a second. It depends, because I'm going to be making a ton of these. Do I have potions of moderate stamina available? I do. So I'm going to take those. Along with 15 of these.
Good riddance.
And we... get rid of those. So potion of moderate healing. Potion of... this is the potion of moderate stamina.
Splendid.
And now we've got pick-me-up potions that we can make.
Splendid. Splendid.
And these should have a higher chance
Splendid.
to increase my skill. Why did that?
Splendid.
Than the things that I was making before.
Splendid.
That said, I can't make quite as many of these. By which I mean I can't make
Splendid.
nearly as many of these as I could the other ones. So
Splendid. Splendid.
now my understanding,
Splendid.
the reason that I'm splitting these is because my understanding is that you can do multiple at the same time, but if you do multiple at the same time, you're losing out on sort of opportunities to get skill raises.
Splendid.
Because you get you get potentially one skill raise.
Splendid. Splendid. Splendid.
For an entire stack as opposed to for each one. Okay, so alchemy is up to 27 now. So So it looks like we have to get up to like 40 skill to be able to buy what I'd like here. I'll try. Okay, it doesn't look like he has any of the stuff that I'm looking for there. So 35 heavy healing potions. We are just going to buy out his entire supply of moderate healing potions. And we're going to see how many skill raises we have available here. So I really wish that they actually stacked in a nicer manner, but that's okay. Oh, you know what I can do? This is a better way to do this, I think. Okay.
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
Just create an entire stack at a time. Oops.
My eternal gratitude.
So these are moderate. Where's my lights? Lights are at the top.
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
Okay, so we got one more raise there. Okay.
Splendid.
I do think that if I could
Splendid. Splendid.
if I could figure out a way to, like, if there's an alt button that I could push to give me the ability to do what I want to do here, that'd be nice. So let's push the light.
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
So this is also going to be increasing our artifact skill on the entire party, which is nice. Let's see, I'm going to put this in the bottom right, actually.
Gratitude. Splendid. 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 Splendid.
Okay, light heal. What's wrong with this? Moderate heal.
My eternal gratitude.
My eternal gratitude.
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
So Corpse Alchemy is up to 29 now. Light healing.
Splendid. Splendid.
So once we get up to 40,
Splendid.
we'll have access to
Splendid.
new potion types. Nice. We're up to 30 now. Oh, moderate heals go. Did we use them already, have we? Oops.
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
Am I out of moderate healing? Here we go. Found him.
My eternal gratitude. Splendid. 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 Splendid.
So the reason that I'm popping out into the menu, by the way, is because I'm not actually positive that I have the ability to get more than one skill raise at a time here. If I'm staying in the menu. So
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
I think that dropping it out of the menu each time I do an individual potion, considering the apparent, apparently quite low probability of me getting a skill raise, is not something I want to do. But I will only be doing one set of them at a time, just in case.
Splendid. Splendid. Splendid.
Everybody's artifact skill is going up. We have a ton of potions of heavy healing. Now, I do have more potions of light healing than moderate healing, most likely. So I think I actually might be out. I actually might be able to identify some stuff now that I couldn't before. It doesn't look like it. My artifact skill has gone up, but not by enough to make a difference there.
It's good.
Okay, so let's sell. Do I want to sell these potions of heavy healing? I think I might as well. Okay, so we're going to sell a bunch of those. Now, if I can get my alchemy up to 40, then I can make potions of cure disease. But for now, it doesn't look like I can. It doesn't look like I can really make anything else for right now. So the question is, what do I want to do instead? I am curious because I feel like I'm surprised at how small the list of like things that you can make is. Especially considering that there's all these types of dust and things like that. I'm wondering whether some of it's just missing. What I am curious about is, can I try to make something? What is this? If I have sneeze powder and flash powder, I can try
Eternal gratitude.
to combine these. So Quarter can't merge those items. Okay, so it doesn't look like I can merge stuff that I don't have the skill for yet, unfortunately. So what happens if I take an empty bottle? Like, empty bottle seems like I absolutely should be able to merge with something. It's already in a bottle, it seems like try to merge that. So we have fire sticks. But now that I think about it, none of this stuff seems like stuff that you would put into a potion bottle anyway. So, alright, what do I want to do? We've got ourselves substantially like over our weight limit. What I'm gonna try to do is figure out what other skills we want to level.
Yes.
So first of all, she needs to cast light. And
Yes.
she cast Enchanted Blade max rank. One of the things that I'm curious about is whether multiple people can try to
Standing by.
use the same spell and have
What
that
now?
Standing by.
be a successful way of doing certain things. Okay, so we have successfully increased his alchemy skill by a pretty significant margin. The question is it enough for him to actually learn any of this shit?
Splendid.
It's enough for him to learn Whipping Rocks.
Splendid.
It's enough for him to learn Chameleon. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Splendid.
Okay, so
Splendid.
that is very, very good. He's now gotten enough skill points to pick up some of the important spells that he needs to have access to. The most important of the spells that I just gave him is Chameleon. So the Chameleon skill, or spell, is cool because it basically stealths you. So this makes it seem as if you appeared out of nowhere and you finally noticed by your opponent. Chameleon has no effect during combat. So this is a spell that effectively allows you to bypass enemies more effectively. So even in relatively close quarters, the enemies will not respond to you as quickly. And so I don't know what the impact is in terms of, can I then sneak up on enemies and aggro them better? But in terms of ability to maneuver around the map, it should make a massive difference. So, next thing we're going to do... This isn't useful, that's the prison, I think. I'll go in here. Say hello to her.
Good. I've been waiting for you to get your butts in here. What do you think you're doing? You ripped off the mook, didn't you? Now look, from what I can gather, the mook don't suspect it was you, but the HLL sure as hell does. You better lay low for a while. This should help.
I love her. She's so great. She's not even trying to, like, bribe me, or not bribe me, trying to, like, rip me off. She's just like, hey, just so you know, you people are wanted. So there's flash powder available, fire sticks. So we can buy 12 potions of moderate healing.
I'll see.
Cool. So that is great because it means that we can now just put random shit between me and where I'm trying to put my stuff. So light healing is light healing is water. And actually, swap this and
Splendid. Splendid. Splendid.
I don't know
Splendid.
that I want
Splendid.
necessarily. Okay, one thing that I'm actually going to do here, because I want to see whether this is going to work for me. I'm going to pop one of these.
Splendid.
Pop out.
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
Okay, my guess, based off of that interaction, is that it does behave the way that I expected, and that I don't really have to worry about it too much.
Splendid. Splendid.
Okay, so healing. Oops. Okay, so we've now popped his alchemy skill up pretty high. Pretty high, it's like 30. He popped his alchemy skill at least high enough that he can cast spells like Chameleon. Chameleon's going to be a really important one for me. And let's see here. She... The other thing that I need to figure out is what the quick load is. Now, so we've got that done.
Standing by.
I think... Oh, right. Never mind. We need to go back in here because we have something that we need to do.
What now?
Booby trapped.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna go ahead and steal from her. Take her card key. And if I had been using alchemy throughout the game, I would have a much easier time.
We shall utterly
What?
obliterate them.
Bunch of random people up here for some reason. Okay, so he's going to cast Blinding Flash.
Understood.
She is going to cast Max Rank Web.
Very well.
These are really low level enemies, so I don't need to worry about casting things that are effective. She's going to cast a Max Rank Element Shield. And she... try to cast a Max Rank Bless. They're probably going to all fail miserably. They're running away. That's interesting. So I'm going to have to move in order to be able to go after them. Oh, seriously? I'm shocked. Okay, so... he is going to cast Sleep. Rank 2.
Understood.
So that's interesting. I think that there's a couple of interpretations for this.
Very well.
Now the first is that they're just low level and so they just have low resistance generally. The other potential interpretation of this cancel that. Just have it cast a rainbow. It's fine.
If you say so.
And we are going to pop in here. So the other interpretation is that the level-based component in the damage is significant enough that I'm actually able to land my spells if I am high enough level relative to the enemies. Which would be pretty interesting. The other interpretation is I just got lucky, because these are level 5, and she just used a rank 7 spell. He just hid behind a door? Death Star.
Very well.
Just chilling behind the doorway. Instant kill. Hey, and Korrik's alchemy skill went up again. How about them apples? Okay, so we got some more ale.
What now?
And we can loot this room.
Trapped.
And inspecting the trap gave us a skill raise. Oh, whoops, I'm an idiot. Never mind. I am actually curious how you increase.
I'm glad to see you folks. Sit down. I just had a rapax in here. They don't come in that often, and frankly, I prefer not to serve them, but you can't argue with something that big. He was beyond happy, folks. The rapax and the dark savant have aligned. I wish I knew more. You needed to know. May Funzang help us all.
Indeed. Zang. What kind of name is that? Alright. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll see you.
Farewell.
Okay, so I don't think we found a keycard for her, did we? I don't think so. Viola d'Amour. That's absolutely all wrong. That is not how any of that is pronounced, but we can pretend. We can pretend that I know how to pronounce words.
Standing by.
Okay, so, Korg. Get them heals out. And, okay, so... dumb as the tips. Okay, so have I opened all the doors and looted all the buildings?
Locked.
What now?
And looks like a nope. So hopefully we can just leave all these doors open. That looks promising. Apparently not. Okay, so but yeah, I am definitely glad that I did that bit of alchemy, because that little bit of alchemy that I did just there got Korg up to the point where we get that really critical spell of Chameleon. But in addition, it got us like 10% of the way to the cap just on its own, right? That was huge. amount of use. Actually, I don't know where. Condemned by order of the Higardi Lunar Legion. Okay, so considering the sheer volume, there's like 3 or 4 things that I couldn't open. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't stumbled on any of them yet. I would have expected to run into some of them by now.
Yes?
Present.
Yes?
Also curious. So,
Present. Yeah?
you know what she can do?
My ailment has abated.
I almost feel normal.
Stamina not a spell, but can give me a skill raise or something?
Sure.
I'm not sure if I've ever actually gained a skill raise on
Look,
by casting
creatures.
stamina. Now that I think about it. Oh shit. Okay. Why are they spawning at level 3? That's weird. It's just spawned some like level 3 bandits. Am I actually high enough level now that the enemy scaling is looping back around to the lowest level or something? That's odd.
What is that beast?
Alright, well, I don't know how to get into the other thingamabobbers. What I will check is, since these guys are probably just going to charge me,
Too far.
I should be able to basically just chill. I'm going to have her cast the highest rank bless that she can, and we're going to cast... I don't know, summon an
If you
elemental
say
or
so.
something. Do we want to cast Whirlwind?
Very well.
I'm gonna ask Web. Do I want to do that though? Not really.
Very well.
Cast a rank for Thingamabobber. He can cast Acid Splash, so we're gonna cast that. Oh, Mega Snagger! Right. So, luckily they are advancing and not running away. Because if they were running away, then I'd have to do a substantially more annoying fight. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I'm going to go ahead and initiate a run command. Really? Okay. So we're going to try to stand here. Seriously? God damn it. Now they're running away. Nice. Okay, so some of them are advancing, some of them are advancing poorly. Some of them are getting killed by the elemental. Nisali is going to be absolutely terrifying, by the way. So that elemental just got a kill. So this one's charging. Got shot in the face. This one's charging. Let's swap these two.
Taken care of.
So Solaria's close combat skill increased. And what else do we want to do? So are we done in this location for now? We've got our Uber sword. We're not quite done yet. So what's the other thing that I needed?
I am not.
Okay, so
You wish steel hide armor. Now, you are free to look over what I have.
ah,
Yes, the custom works are my specialty, but you will find them quite expensive. I would love for you a Zenrix plate, a steel hide breastplate, or perhaps you prefer a weapon.
so Zenrix plate.
Yes, a wonderful plate, but created only for the little.
So created only for the little ones. I assume that that means that it's for fairies. Yeah. Let's see. Featherweight armor.
For the featherweight armor, I require the wings from a tadpole wasp.
Okay, so for this fairy thing, we need a skull from a tomb, silk from a giant spider. I think I have all those things. Do I have a skull? I do.
Of course.
So that means that I need. Give Venom Crab Shell.
Of course.
So the Tonto Wasp wings, which we have. Spider silk. It's not in the silk isn't actually.
I will keep this while you.
The silk is in somebody's inventory.
Standing by.
I hear you.
Yes?
Present.
That is the last item I needed.
So that's the Zenrix plate.
What now?
Yes.
Standing by.
I hear you.
Yes?
Yeah?
She also has spider silk.
Until you return.
Farewell.
Okay. So, what else do we need? So we need to go find poison seekers. So I'm gonna figure out where I can find poison seekers. Because I've seen them before. There are apparently poison seekers in the monastery. They're really low level. So I'm wondering. Let's see. So we need to dump off some of our equipment. I think I'm gonna sell some of this.
It's good to.
I have all of these potions, and I think I'm just gonna sell them.
Yes?
So,
I hear you.
Present.
What now?
I hear you.
Standing by.
What now?
Yes.
okay. I feel like. Oh, that's the thing that I need. I need to go back over there and. Oh, I have Healy's P card.
I hope to.
So before I do
See ya,
this,
friend.
we're gonna go back to the bank. Because there's no reason to start selling when I have to then go back to the bank and do stuff again.
Thank you, all set. Goodbye.
Farewell.
So I think this will stay open now once you give the first thing to her, so we should be able to just come back down here whenever we want, I think. So there's only one more of these.
What now?
The question is, which... So we've got a firebomb here. Wonder where we get the last key card. So, what else do I need to do? I'm gonna talk to her actually.
It's good to see. How can I help you? I'll see.
Farewell.
So the moderate stamina thing goes with the other thing. Okay, I think that it might actually be time for me to head to a new area that I haven't been before, that we might want to go to now.
Standing by.
And the other thing that we want to do is give her the brilliant helm back. And go sell some stuff. So we're gonna go to one of the sort of secret dungeons here.
I have all I need.
Sell a longbow. Sell a poignard. That's a lot of potions of heavy healing. Anything else? This is really heavy. I'm just gonna sell it. And Buskins. Okay, I need to check the stud chassis. Stud chassis are light armor, which she cannot wear. She has better. She can wear it, so she should equip it. It's better than this crap. Okay, so I don't think. Yeah, I don't need the enchanted longsword because the enchanted longsword is trash compared to
I hear you.
the weapons that I have available. So we're gonna sell this.
Yes.
That'll free up some space.
What now?
Present? Yeah? Present?
Neil Quaif.
Yes?
Okay, so. So I have an extra stun mace here, and I think I'm just gonna sell it. I think it's too heavy for what it does. So maybe out of static it's 5% mental resistance. Doesn't give any armor. 5% mental resistance does not feel like a lot. Let me go ahead and sell these. And what else? And we're gonna go sell all those heavy healing potions that we have as well.
It's good.
We have 3 books of blessings. So I don't think Granite Potion is on the list of things that I can actually utilize to. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I don't think I need to keep around these potions because I'm going to be doing all of my, like, sort of training, so to speak, off of vendor bought potions anyway. So, with that being the case, I don't need to stockpile potions. Now, bombs and things like that are a different story. Can I buy magic nectar? I can, not in quantity. I think I'll keep the magic nectar for now. Scroll of heal all. Need the scroll of identify. Okay. Okie dokie.
I hope. Good riddance.
So, we now are still overweight. Still overweight. That is surprising. So why are we still overweight? I guess I'll sell the light
It's good to.
healing potions as well. Fire sticks. I'm gonna check this. Do fire sticks get used for any of this stuff? Okay, they're not on the list. If they're not on the list, I'm just gonna sell them all. How much do they weigh each? Scroll slow. 10% water resistance, absolutely worth keeping around. Okay, do I need fairy dust? I'm actually going to start getting rid of the dust and stuff as well. I actually needed magic nectar to make resurrection potions, but that's fine. It's not a huge deal. Because I can technically buy it, I just don't know if I can buy it in quantity. Let's see here. So the only thing that I need in terms of powders, sneeze, flash, dust of desiccation, and concussion powder. So that means I do not need fairy dust. Do need the flash powder. Do not need the smelling salts. So we're finally going to be getting rid of... I don't think I need any of this ale. I certainly don't need this many. Like, I'm carrying a lot of ale at this point. I think I have like 5 in my inventory. That's excessive. So we have some sticks here. Some flash powder, sneeze powder. Party style. Boom bomb, need it. Do not need the scrolls. Devil dust, I don't think is on the list. Devil dust, devil dust. You are not on my list. Alright, so we can sell the devil dust. I don't think I need this ring of protection, but it's so light, isn't it? It's 0.1. I'm not going to sell it because it doesn't help me any to do that. Is that book of armor plate that I somehow just sold? Yep. So I just sold my book of armor plate. We're gonna keep that.
I hope.
See ya, friend.
Okay, so she can cast spells of that level, but she doesn't currently have the skill level necessary. So we're gonna need to get her up to speed later. Okay. So, who else do we have? Okay, how are we doing? We still are overweight. How on earth do we have so much? Is it because everybody's got this heavy ass armor on? I think it is. I think this chain stuff is just way too heavy. Like, the second I unequip this, I think that it makes the entire party like no longer overweight. So I think that maybe it just might not be worth it to wear this. It just might be better to just not have him equip anything.
It's good to
In those two slots anyway, because those two things are gigantically expensive.
Standing by.
I hope.
Script.
My pleasure.
So this will give me like 30 pounds of weight to play with, which is
You've returned.
an
I
amount.
have all I need.
It's an amount that exists.
Until you
So let's save this. And now what do we want to do? I think I'm going to take a nap, because there's really no reason not to. Save this and take a nap.
I have all I
Okay, so he's...
until you return.
Toodaloo.
Actually, I'm going to take a look at this.
You've returned. I have all I
Yeah. The question is whether you have anything that I need. And it doesn't look like it.
Till we meet again.
Okay, so this means that we need to try and get to the swamp again soon.
It's good.
And does he still have... Okay, it looks like he's... Hey, he has 5 moderate healing potions now. And... Okay.
I hope to.
We are going to... I guess I didn't need that many.
My eternal gratitude.
We'll just quickly do this to...
Splendid. 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 Splendid.
get that done. I'm gonna check Healy and see if she has anything useful here. Because if she has some potions of moderate healing as well, this isn't healing.
It's good to. How can I help you?
Double man? Okay.
I'll see.
Alright. So, how are we doing? Party is significantly under their limit.
Yes.
We have a bunch of spells that we need to cast.
Nasty.
I'm gonna check. my bonus from spells is right now. I guess I can't look at the... Oh, maybe I can. Doesn't look like I can hover over these to get where they came from. Okay, so we are going to now cast the other ones that I need.
Present.
Cast a max right here. Ooh, we actually got it off. And let's see. So how much does that impact? Interestingly enough, the armor plate spells not appear to have increased our armor somehow. Why is that? I don't know. Okay, so we can
customer.
cast a magic screen.
Yes?
She can cast
Nasty.
Present.
got all of our buffs up now. Alright, so we can... Oh, we don't.
Battle.
We're missing
How exciting.
Chameleon, but that's fine. Okay, so we've got Savant drones here. We're gonna just charge them, I guess.
Sure.
So... These Savant drones are very, very weak enemies. They have low HP, they have low damage, and they have a pretty low chance of actually causing any nasty effects. So... And since they only have, at least they only appear to have one attack per round, they have the other benefit that they actually are pretty fast to fight. So, unlike other enemies that spend an absolute eternity, these guys, they try to initiate their attacks, and then you can move on with your life. So I don't think I'm going to cast any spells on them. Ooh, that's interesting. Their attacks can also have the effect of draining your SP. Which is something that I wasn't expecting. It's throwing range, so... It's short range. Okay, so I guess that means that we want these two in front. But we want her...
I can't reach it.
Yeah, I know you can't reach it, but...
I can't reach it.
You can...
I can't reach it.
You can reach it! You just don't want to! Damn it. Actually, now I could, because I had another turn there, I actually could have changed the target. Because this is extended, so... It's just that I can't do it while I'm moving, because while I'm moving, I'm... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh my god, she missed with all three. Well played, madam. By which I mean incredibly poorly played. Wow. This thing is really... Wait. Was that a third attack for the round? So I could have had that thing taking damage that whole time. Gonna go right up to these two. Okay, so I'm gonna have to heal her. So much damage. Oh, I love it. Okay, so he... Oh, actually, I should have him cast Acid Splash. So we're gonna have him probably fail to cast Acid Splash. She... I'm gonna cast a rank 3 heal on her because she can, and we are going to. We're gonna try our damnedest to not get her killed.
My humble apologies for that.
Oh my god! That is so funny. They all attacked her. Oh man. I gave them absolutely no respect. They didn't deserve a lot of respect, but they did deserve that I actually try to heal with somebody who has really, really high initiative. That was really funny. I can't believe that she went down there. It's like... How talented do you have to be to get your mage killed against enemies that are hitting for 8 damage when your mage has 45 HP?
If you say so.
Okay. Okay, so... Let's go right up here and then say hello. And he should be attacking. Seriously? Okay. I feel like there's no way that this thing is blocking off somebody in the back row from shooting any of this stuff back here, but sure, whatever you say, bro. One HP. Ooh. 10 Divine SP's lost. That's weird. Oh, it's an extended. Okay. Explains a lot.
Taken care of.
I think I'm just gonna charge these two this time. Extended? Yes, you are. Okay, so she's gonna attack this one. And... should be. He needs to be attacking this one. One thing that I think would be cool, since the enemies can be blocked off by other enemies, I think it would be cool is if you had like 3 people in the front row, they would actually block projectiles from the front from hitting your characters in the back row. I think that would be simultaneously like a really badass interaction, as well as being like
Pretty good.
like a cool mechanical like balance system. Okay, I suspect. Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter.
You guys are good.
So we got 17,000. Got a sword skill increase.
Standing by.
Very nice. I'm actually not sure if I can get multiple skill raises in a short time by doing that, so I think I'm gonna delay for a bit. Now, where do I want to go? I guess I'm gonna go back to the swamp, and we're going to. Okay, need to go down this. So we're gonna head back to the swamp. Hopefully, oh no, we're not gonna head to the swamp yet. So on our way to the swamp, I think there is a there's a.
Hey, we were just talking about you. We figured you might need a little protection. After all, the Mook would probably be plenty ticked if they found out you, walked away with the Chaos Maleri. And it's more than fair.
Okay.
Thanks. You won't be disappointed.
Interesting. So, we've actually now, because we made the Ratkin hostile before, but it appears that we've been able to undo that and make them neutral again. Which is great, because it means that's one less faction that we have to worry about attacking us. Camouflage creature vanishes. Oh, that's the Ratkin probably. Alright, so I'm not going to level her up because the lower level she is, the lower level the enemies that I'm going to be fighting. And I feel like if I just keep low-level party members around, then I can maximize my ability to fight the types of enemies that I would like to fight, which is to say, enemies that I can crush like bugs.
Present.
Let's go ahead and cast it. Light spell. one thing. So we've got camouflaged creatures here. Okay, so that's interesting. That's a lot of critters. Those things have 200 hit points. These have 46. So the bats are going to be pretty easy to deal with. I'm going to go ahead and cast Chameleon. I want to see what this does, if anything. So the question is basically, are the enemies going to continue approaching me? Or are they now going to be like, oh, okay, I guess there's nobody there. I mean, it's only a rank 1 Chameleon, so it's not like... Ooh, a stink bomb. That's great. Okay, so I found a stink bomb. I can combine that with some other type of bomb. Where are we getting the type of bomb? Stink bomb. I think it's boom bomb. Where'd that boom bomb go? Where did my boom bomb go? I didn't sell my boom bomb, I don't think. There it is.
Splendid.
Okay, we made an acid bomb. There we go. Unfortunately, we didn't get a skill raise out of it. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to pop over here. We're going to do this little mini dungeon. Well, I actually don't know how long the dungeon is, but we're going to go ahead and just keep doing quick saves. But before we go into the dungeon, we are going to make a actual hard save. Start sprinting a little bit. So Chameleon has expired. It takes a pretty decent amount of time for Chameleon to expire, and we should be able to start getting skill raises just by using Chameleon periodically. So I believe the thing that I needed to hit is right over here. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, that's the right button. We are going to save game. Because saving is good. We're going to take a dagger out. That's not a dagger. Okay. And what has that done for us? I don't actually know. Okay. So... Okay, so... So we're going to click on this. This gives us... There's a mushroom circle. Okay. It's the mushroom circle in the cemetery. gonna head back into the cemetery. We're gonna look for a circle of mushrooms. It might not be inside, though it might be outside. It's not mushrooms. That's a skeleton. Yeah, these secret dungeons require very strange combinations of activities in order to unlock them. Okay, so exit the cemetery. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay. So we need to go outside, and then it should be in the southeast corner here. So I'll be able to see what's in here. I have like no idea what is going to be awaiting me in this dungeon. Okay, there's the mushroom circle. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and save under the saving is good save file again. Entering dungeon.
Locked. What now?
This is interesting. I like the hex grid. I'm sure that the hex grid is... So, one of the things about these dungeons is these secret dungeons are like throwbacks to like old versions of the game. I'm gonna leave all the doors... Oh no, it looks like...
Locked.
Whoa. That is not an easy lock to pick. Gotcha.
Looks like a challenge.
So here's Baron England's ghost. Some Trini Spectres. So these are level 12. I think she's gonna use Turn Undead. Do I want to fireball? I do.
If you say
I'm gonna cast a fireball. He is going to cast Itching Skin.
Understood.
We'll cast Itching Skin, that should be fine. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to just attack?
Understood.
I'm just going to have him shoot that.
Understood.
Alright. We're going to cast... I'm actually not going to have her cast Bless. I think that it's wasteful to have her cast it for now. Because I don't know how hard this is going to be. And I think it's wasteful to have the person who can do ungodly quantities of damage to waste their time doing a buff that's predominantly to buff the damage of characters like her. So Noxious Fumes. A decent bit of damage comes out. And she goes berserk with Bloodlust. comes out. It becomes afraid. Okay, so I drew another fireball. Do I even want to do that? I'm not even sure I want to do that. You know what? We might as well. We can use a holy water.
Very well.
I don't think I can reach the Baron on this turn because I don't think I can get around this. So sleep is coming out.
This is bad.
And now
Much better.
I can just rush the boss. Oh, so it looks like that's the exit. So our goal here is just to burn the ghost down. Once we kill the boss, I think the others should be reasonably easy to deal with.
Again.
I have her cast
If you say so.
an element shield. We're actually going to cast a soul shield as well.
Very well.
×3, okay. 43 damage from the first hit, then a miss, then another 28. Wow. I wonder how close we are to capping out dual wield. Fail. There we go. Ooh, he's regenerating. That's interesting. That one's toast. Only has 2 HP left. You can do it, Aldrea! You did it, Aldrea!
Well done, everyone.
So here's an enchanted mace.
That's better.
Aldrea's close combat skill is increased to 95. Scroll of Identify. Leather Greaves, and the Skull Cap. Okay, so presumably that's the exit. So we're just going to explore the rest of the dungeon now. This map is wrong.
Boys.
Good.
Okay, armor melt is not a big deal. Oh, maybe I'm wrong, because there's another thing here. Mind stab? That's not allowed. I think you're gonna die this round, friend. I think you died this round, friend. Okay, so we're gonna go through this, which takes us to here. So that leads to... Ow!
I'm really torn up here, guys. I'm afraid I'm present.
Okay then, so...
Hurt.
I do believe I'm wounded.
Was not expecting that.
Yeah?
Standing by.
She's actually regenerating.
Yeah?
So let's go south, I guess.
Locked.
There we go.
What now?
So we have a door here that we can kick the lock on. Some granite potion. You know, I have a rank 7 light spell active.
Shall utterly obliterate them.
And even with a rank 7 light spell active, I still have absolutely no vision whatsoever. Okay, I have pestilent rats here. Oh man, them deeps. Okay, so whoa. Jesus. That was a lot of damage.
Yeah?
Holy crap.
Yes?
Yeah?
There's no to go. What's that? Oh, those are the items that left on the ground. Okay, so this is not a stellar map. Because the map doesn't really make any distinction between walls. It only makes a distinction about whether there's a like thing there, like whether I can go that direction theoretically. So this should give us access to more things to murder. I would assume. Yep. Nibblers! They have a lot of HP. And they're fast. Times 3. Goodbye. Wait, you're not dead? That is impressive. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize the position it was in.
It is sealed.
Dungeon mites. Okay, I suspect that these are going to be unable to actually approach like more than one at a time. I guess two, but like I don't think that they're going to be able to surround me because these things are going to be too. So. So we're just gonna wait. There we go. Unfortunately, this one is just gonna, like, die so fast, because... Ooh, nice! I was actually able to... Ooh! Convenient. So it looks like Sorlin isn't gonna get much of the way of skill raises here, because he goes before they do. Oh man. Goodbye. And this one advances. And then we murder it. So. We got some skill raises there. I'm gonna save this pop in here. Brings me into this room, which isn't that interesting. Actually, I'm gonna go back this way. We go straight north. Okay, so that is good to know. I thought that there was something weird going on there. So there are certain portions of the map that behave weirdly. Hey Pascal, how's it going? Oh, hi Morax, how's it going? Ready to die?
Taken care
Are you
of.
ready to die for science magic? Are you ready to blast me in the face with some magic bullshit? That's what you're ready to do. And then probably die for my pleasure. Welcome to the awakened world. We are murdering undead monstrosities. So...
Yeah?
And we're gonna go to the left here. Got potions to pick up.
It's locked.
We have not come in here yet. I'm probably going to be ending reasonably soon. But we will see how it goes. Peekaboo. So we're in position to murderate these things. And is that thing... Ooh, that thing might actually be on my flank.
Sully.
Okay, it's not on my flank, so we might actually be able to kill both of these on this round. Depends on whether we get... Oh! Stiletto attack! There's the berserk we're looking for. Jeez. The power of bloodlust compels you to die, my friends. So yeah, melee combatants are definitely going to be much easier now, because we have the ability to burst them down before they actually get attacks in. So they charge you, and then, you know, not always, but a good portion of the time, by the time they get the chance to actually attack, they're dead. Like that. So we got primary skill increases for all those folks. Very nice.
An entity approaches.
Peekaboo! Oh, Jesus! Hello! That's a pretty weak mo. Fine. Are you extended? Yeah. I'm gonna hope that it approaches me. That is an approach. Okay, then. So we might actually be able to take this thing out before it gets a turn. And how nice would that be? The thing that I was having trouble with yesterday, I got yesterday. The other day, I basically just ran away from on the same day. I just found it incredibly irritating. Today, I basically have decided that the way that we're going to handle this game is to treat it as if it is an enemy to be conquered and in fact humiliated, because it does not play fair, and I don't think I need to either. So I've started actually raising up my my skills and things like that, my weapon skills and things of that nature. So we
Look, creatures.
TP'd in here, got immediately thrown into a fight. They are next to me,
I'm on it.
which means that I'm going to want to do something like this. So,
I think it's
What
locked.
now?
it would be very sad if I didn't have very high lockpicking skill, actually, because I would have had a very difficult time getting out of there. I go over this way.
It's locked.
Okay,
I'm
so
on it.
there we go. Do we need to move at all? Yes. So we're gonna just stand right here. This means that if anything wants to cast on me, it's gonna have to move. Ooh, triple damage. kill. Triple. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, it actually advanced it to melee? Is it not targetable for some reason? It's considered to be blocked, so we just have to wait. There we go. Oh, it's so delicious. So, one of the things that I had no idea that this weapon was going to be this like ludicrously overpowered, but one of the things that I knew about but hadn't gone to like take advantage of was that I knew that there was this really powerful sword in the bank, and I just hadn't bothered to pick it up because it's like,
like myself again.
do I really want to go pick up some uber sword from the bank? It would require stealing it from the bank. And so that's one thing that I just decided finally. I'm like, okay, well, this is silly. I'm just going to do it. And I'm glad that I... Oh my god, that is a serious seal. Well, we got it. Hi, friend! How dare you fireball me? So we're out of missiles. I think she should be able to... Okay. I think we should be able to kill it this round. That's a yes. Cutlass of the Damned. Inflicts insanity 25% of the time and has a stamina penalty associated with it. But it's only primary, so that's not really that useful, honestly. Okay, so... So Divine Magic skill increased. That's great. So we can open this. What?
I am covered with cuts and bruises.
They're carving me up like a piece of meat.
Okay.
Locked.
What now?
Wizard's Cone. So it gives 10% divine resistance. That's interesting.
It's locked.
Ooh, we got a hat. Terrible hat. Okay. What else do we have? We have a slightly less terrible hat, probably. Golden apples? Hell. Okay, so we've done that.
Locked.
We ran into another door that's locked. I don't think that we'll have to deal with... Oh, nice.
Let's get them, guys.
So we've got Dungeon Mites and Thrasher Apis. I'm gonna go ahead and just use a rank 3 heal all because everybody's injured. And we're just gonna wait. Aside from that, I think we're just gonna wait. I like the idea of just using these low-level, relatively weak enemies to train up my melee combat skills. Because they're generally not they're not difficult. So goodbye. And there we go. So we're now just going to wait, and then something else is going to approach us. And then we will murder that. And then we'll just continue on that way for a little while longer. Okay, looks like we have food available, so I'm going to finish this fight, and then we will take a break for now. But I think that we've made a pretty good amount of progress here. We finally picked up the camouflage spell, and we have we found a place that we can just plow through. So between this ridiculous sword that we have, and apparently there are better swords in the game, which is kind of horrifying to think about, is that this is not like the best sword in the game. There's other stuff that's better. But we will see how it goes. Okay.
This is bad.
Miss, miss. Okay, there goes that one. It's so painful. Just the amount of damage that she's doing. Oh. Goodbye. I mean, Nisali is clearly the party's new Eldrea. So we finished most of this dungeon. We will come back to this and finish up the dungeon next time. But that actually is going to be it for tonight. It's the weekend, and I have, other stuff that I need to do. Like, for instance, eat dinner with my wife. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. It has been a pleasure to get a little bit, just a little. This is the beginning of vengeance against this game, and it is starting to go pretty well. So thank you for watching. It has been a pleasure to stream for you today, and we will continue next time to just crush them all. Later, folks.